Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 9th of July 2025. So, squeezy violent moves, hedge funds hammered as Momo meltdown resumes, bonds and bullion dumped. No great reason for the violent unwind action for yesterday, but no surprise. US stocks finished mixed as tariff updates remained in the spotlight, and stocks chop as markets digest another set of trade letters or tariff letters from Trump, and it certainly was choppy yesterday, but I have warned this week you're going to get all sorts of moves, and it's certainly played out yesterday. Economic news for today: we've just got the FOMC meeting minutes. Nothing special tonight, no rate forecasts, no press conferences, nothing, so bit of a non-event there. Right, let's have a look at these choppy markets and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, after we see Monday's market move lower, yesterday quite choppy sideways inside bar, but overnight a bit more weakness coming into the Dow as the tariffs seem to be taking effect. Here's the choppiness yesterday in the cash market. You can see that quite clearly, up and down, up and down. We're down at the low of yesterday. If we just go back to the daily chart, so that low is taking out the low with that green line there. If I just widen this out a bit so you can see it, and also have a look at this low as well, because it's not the low that is in the 30-minute chart. So 44,146 is just down in this area just below there. So we'll see what happens with that, but looking a bit weakish at the moment for the Dow as these tariffs start to take effect. In the German DAX, the market moving higher yesterday. We're heading back to the all-time highs here. As I said, it would play catch-up. And you can see there, until we get obviously the tariff percentage from Trump, then this market's free to move back to the upside, which it did quite nicely yesterday, albeit there was a bit of supply as the market moved up, so people were selling into the up move. Now the momentum is in the right direction at the moment, so the goal of getting back to the all-time high is on the cards at the moment. In the 30 minutes yesterday, it was an update. You can see prices moving up there, pulling back at lunchtime to the 20-bar moving average with some buying coming in. We'd also been overbought, and then we went down to oversold, and the market moving to the upside. We've got the close and the high to take out in order to get towards that all-time high at 24,487. So just need a spot of good news. But of course, lingering in the background is that trade tariff letter from Trump to Europe. So be careful on the long side, because they will shake out violently to the downside with this one before they resume to the upside. And in the S&P 500, we've stopped making all-time highs at the moment. The market very quiet yesterday. Inside bar for Tuesday session. Overnight, the market, same as the Dow, moving sideways to lower there. Again, very choppy. Expect more of this as the market decides what or how to interpret these trade tariffs. And overnight, you can see that the market's found a bit of support, but stuck in a bit of a sideways range. The low is only a few points lower, which could be tested just to make sure that there's further stops or take out stops and bring the market back at this level. In the FT 100, we're heading to the all-time high. It's insane, I know, you couldn't make this stuff up, but yesterday, big move to the upside, and I have no idea why, none whatsoever. But the market showing a move to the upside, which you can see there. I don't know whether it's tariff-led or just absolute nonsense, but the market up sharply, trying to get back to the all-time high. As I said, they're not going to stop making these all-time highs and wait till we get to October and the Santa rally when that kicks in, because there's nothing to stop these markets at the moment from moving higher. Not even the tariffs, the wars, nothing is stopping these markets, showing this complete and utter detachment from reality and insanity. In the US dollar, moving up with the tariffs at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what happens when the tariffs are finally in place, if they ever get put in place, how quickly the dollar will actually move to the downside. But at the moment, it's having a moment of euphoria as it attempts to move back to the upside. It's going to be a dead cat bounce for sure, but at the moment, it's free to move higher. This is impacting the metals, so let's have a look at those. And starting off with silver, we can see we've got an inside bar for yesterday. It's trying to move up and trying to take out the 37.30. Given the US dollar's up move yesterday, the market did really well to hold at the level that it has. Any other time that would have been used as an excuse to slam the price down $1 or $1.50. But yesterday you can see that they did try, they attempted in the morning part of the session, but the buying came into the market once it was oversold. The stochastics crossed, we see the buying coming in, we get a bit of supply as they try and move the market back, and overnight prices are sideways to higher. We just need to take out yesterday's high in the silver market in order to move higher. Meanwhile though, gold moved lower yesterday, not looking good overnight either. So what I'll be looking for here is the last buying area that we see here. We've got quite a double line there. So I'll be looking for the market to settle around the 89 level at 3267. And in the 30-minute charts, you can see the slam at lunchtime there, market down, but the buying coming in. It's retested yesterday's low, again buying coming in there as well, just to try and support prices to get them back to the upside. But when the dollar's moving up strongly, obviously the inverted relationship or inversion will make it a bit more easier for the big guns to pressure the metals there. Right, let's have a quick look at the gold-silver ratio. And in the gold-silver ratio, silver holding better than gold. We've actually broke the support to the left there, so this is also good news. Where are we in the bigger picture? We've got a bit to go yet to get down to that 80, what are we looking at down there? 88 level. So, but a nice pullback in, silver holding well based upon the gold-silver ratio. We're at the high of 106, so again, very solid picture there for the silver price at the moment. Let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades, and it doesn't make for pretty viewing, so there's your spoiler alerts, but let's have a look nonetheless. So in yesterday's pre-market, you can see the market rallying up, no interference whatsoever. It's just when the cash market opens, we then start to get the problems. Market spiked up to the high of the previous day. What a surprise. And then the selling came in, the market sideways, before then trying to move back to the upside. And as I said in the alert, and have done for the last 3 or 4 days, these markets are very difficult at the moment. They're very choppy. You see the first losing trade there. The market then becomes really, really quiet as it waits for news, and then moves to the upside, finding support at the 50 bar moving average there to get back to the high and the R1 where the previous selling came into the market. Prices then trade back down to the 20 bar moving average. We get another potential buy. The market then doesn't fill this one. The stop is hit before the market moves to the downside, thankfully, and then we see market moving sideways to the 50 bar moving average once more. Another failed trade here as the market comes back, and then we get a second failed trade, and that's how quiet it became. Stuck in a range, and then prices breaking out, so which is always very, very irritating. As you see, the prices then move way beyond the high before they come back and go back through it. Like I say, very, very choppy at the moment. The Dow comes on stream. The Dow is choppy, and the DAX has this run to try and get back to the all-time high, move prices up, and again you can see that nicely done till we have another tariff letter that gets delivered, and then the market again moves down with this news, and then they reverse the market and bring it back up until they've got all of the selling out of the way, and then just continue to move it back to the upside there. Another tariff letter there into the evening at early evening of about 5:30ish. So yeah, you can expect more of this probably up until the 1st of August at the moment, because they're not releasing all of the letters. It's like being drip fed into the market. It's just a torture for traders at the moment because nobody knows what is going to be happening. And yesterday's trading session shows this. Okay, that takes care of that. Let's have a quick look at where we are overnight. And you'll see we've moved the market down. We've now found some support. You can see that coming into the market at the previous level. So we could be making a move back to the upside there. So again, you can see the increase in volume at this level. Let's just have a look, see where the other levels are. See how far away. We're not far off yesterday's high. That's 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. before the cash market hits. The market could quite easily move up to this level as it did during yesterday. Okay, so expect more volatility and just keep an eye on whatever you can. I mean, obviously you're okay in the morning to a degree, but you just don't know when the US are going to keep releasing, or what time they're going to release these other tariffs. So just keep that in mind, or let's say keep your gunpowder dry until these letters stop being sent out. Okay, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.